Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me for another process video. So today I'm putting together the week of July 4th, and I actually selected all of my cards before I started filming just to kind of speed up the process. And I noticed that I chose a lot of cards from Kelly Purkey's monthly kit. She has a lot of cards that they're very saturated in color, so these reds and dark blues just fit really well with the July 4th theme that I was going for. So I stamped that label from a Clearly Kelly label stamp set. And then I thought I might use some of these wood veneers from my mind's eye, but it ended up not really fitting with the photo there. So I just left those out, stamping the date. And I decided to use that photo of Nugget. I had a 3x4 photo of him wearing that little 4th of July bandana. And that was not an easy photo to get. He actually did not like wearing that bandana, and we had to give him some treats to get that photo and then take it off right away. But anyways, I just really loved that photo, so I wanted to make sure that was somewhere on the page, and it ended up just on that title card. And then I'm using this Happy Fourth. This is from a Studio Calico card from an old set. So it originally had the rounded corners, and I've just been holding on to a lot of those cards and kind of trimming them down just because I prefer to have the straight edges in my pockets. But anyways, that looked really good, just paired with that red diagonal striped card. And then on that photo of the s'more that I'm holding there, I used this flare piece from my mind's eye, and it says, "Time for s'more fun." So I didn't know if I would ever be able to use that little flare piece, but we actually ate some s'mores in the summer, so that was appropriate. And then I'm going in here with the Around Town stamp set by Kelly Purkey and Kelly Purkey's shop. And I think this one is still available. This is from the current monthly kit, so I believe you can still get this one. But it just says home, and this week just had a lot of photos of being at home. Most of these photos are from the 4th of July, I believe. That bottom photo of me holding Nugget, that was from the night when we were listening to fireworks, and he kind of fell asleep in my lap, and he's definitely too big to do that now, but that was a really great moment. And so now I'm going in, and I wanted to do something with that photo at the top where I'm holding hands with my husband, and I thought that I would stamp happy right here. I believe that's what I'm going to stamp. And then I thought I would just cut that out and kind of use it on the photo just to lay it over the photo. But after all of this cutting, I decided that didn't actually look good. So I didn't end up using this. But you play around and you learn. And so I thought maybe I'd use it up there at the top card, but I ended up not doing that. But I'm happy that I broke out those little, or that little arrow that comes in the Around Town stamp set, because I thought it would actually look really good on this card, just to stamp 3 arrows pointing to that photo, since I had that sort of white blank space that was just kind of strange right there in the corner. I needed something to fill it in, so I just stamped that arrow 3 times and then stuck the label down again and called that one good. So for this card, I wanted to just do something a little bit different, kind of play around with this stamp. So I broke into, I think this is from the Clearly Kelly 100% Me. It's a very old stamp set. If it's something else, I'll definitely label the right one, or link the right one down below. But it's this triangle that says good stuff right here. And so I just used some washi tape to tape off the section that I didn't want to stamp in that top red stripe. And then I just started using my best judgment of where to place these little triangles and stamp them in red and blue. And then when I took off the washi tape, it actually took up some of the red ink that was on that card. but the distressed look actually matched that happy 4th sentiment right there. So normally that would bother me, but it actually fit in quite well with that sentiment. So I left it. It was kind of one of those happy accidents that was not intending on, but it just worked. And then here I'm using the story of today. This is a journaling card from In a Creative Bubble, and just did some journaling here about the 4th of July, and my husband was working that night, so I just kind of spent the night with Nugget. And then I'm stamping this little geotag here with the heart in that location, little box right there. And then I'm using a couple more stamps from that same 100% Me Clearly Kelly stamp set. This one says thankful for this, and I just made that into a banner and stuck that down on that photo. Kind of adhering some of my photos down now. And then I had some white space around that photo of my husband and Nugget, and so I took this really long sentiment strip from the Around Town stamp set, and it just says, I heart this place, just all the way across. So I stamped that around the photo. I thought I might stick down that little flare piece, but just didn't work there, and I ended up coming in with this little wood veneer heart, and that worked a lot better. I like dimensionals in my spreads, but I don't like it to be two-dimensional, if that makes sense. So those flare pieces from my mind's eye are very raised, so I felt like having two of those right next to each other, it just creates a lot more dimension on that one week. And I don't really like that, all that bulk. So that's why I kind of chose the wood veneer. I like the look of the other flare piece, but it just felt a little bit too bulky to me. And then I stamped "This was the best ever" on top of a little post-it note and stuck that there. And this completes this week's spread. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.